Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Darren. I hope you're all safe and well and having a good stitchy week. So today it's Stitch with me, and we're going to be working on my supersized tiger family since I didn't get any work last week. Poor things getting neglected. Cat hairs everywhere on here. The cats are molting like mad. Obviously because we're coming into spring. So they're molting like crazy, especially Tiger. Oh, he's molting like no one's business. I could make a fur coat. It's ridiculous. So it's a nice sunny day today. We're meant to be getting up to tops of 30. No, 29. Between 29 and 30 today, so it's not too bad at all. It was meant to be 30 yesterday, got to 31, so it was a little bit warm, but it was good. So we'll see how long we can make this stitch with me last. I'm hoping you can see okay. So that's my fat fingers getting in the way. Still haven't ordered my new tripod thing for my phone for doing these. I have to get one ordered. I have managed to find, however, a double, one of those two-sided bobbin storage box things. So I managed to find one of those. They are crazy prices. I looked on the site. I can't remember the name of the company who does them. I looked on their site and there was like £8. So they're over in the UK. And with shipping, it was, I think it worked out like £27 altogether. So I was like, okay, let's see if they sell them over here. Over here, it was $84 plus shipping, so it was like nearly $100. I was like, nah, I'm not paying that much just for a container. Anyway, as you know, Amazon snoops on what you're searching for. And they sent me a recommendation of a storage box for $40. And the thing is, it's coming from the USA, so it's on its way. So it's like, yay, I'm better than paying $100. Might as well pay $40. So that is on its way. So that should be here within the next week or two, which is good. It's going to be like Christmas this week. I've got my seasonal silks from Silks For You turning up. I've got my new chart from Pain Free Crafts turning up. But because it's a public holiday, so today's Sunday, by the way. So because it's a public holiday tomorrow, I won't get them delivered till Tuesday. They're already at the post office here. They got transferred to them yesterday. So they're already here. I'm just going to wait for them to be delivered now. It's great when you've got tracking on parcels, so you can actually see. So they should be here Tuesday. So, work update as normal. Been pretty quiet, actually. I say that every time and then I say come out with a couple of stories, but no, it has been pretty quiet. The packs I'm doing, I was doing really well. I was told to do, well, it was only like 10 packs of this one kind. So, as I was finishing the last one, one of the bosses come up and told me that the people had just ordered another 47. Are you kidding me? So, the other Friday, so not this Friday, just gone, the one before, obviously because I didn't get a stitch with me made last week. I was doing a pack. Now on Friday we finished early. Now, the boss is one of these that if you're close to end of a pack before home time, he rushes to try and get it done. So that there's nothing on your bench, so it's clear for when you start work on Monday, even if you're doing the same thing. So, anyway, I didn't have much of this pack left. Now, I worked it out at the speed I was going, I'd have got it finished anyway. But the boss come back from wherever he'd been, he'd taken a load somewhere, and he'd come over to my saw and just started throwing the wood through. Well, I saw him walking towards my way, and I was like, "Don't you dare!" I says, "Get stuffed." I says, "You're gonna stuff it up. You're gonna break it all." No, I won't. Anyway, 2 seconds later, literally 2 seconds later, he put 2 pieces of wood through, and they all come out the wrong size. It's like, what you done? So I fixed the saw, got it recalibrated, and then he put another piece of wood in and got it jammed in the machine. And I was like, seriously? So I tried sorting that out. So then he decided that they didn't need to do anymore, and he walked off and left me. So by the end of the shift, I had about 10 pieces of wood left to go. It's like, well, if you hadn't come on my saw and broke it twice, I said, they would have been finished. I said, but now I'm leaving 10 pieces of wood. Idiot. So he just can't be trusted. And then he was working on one of the other saws throughout the week. The old splitting saw. I was working on there. And all of a sudden he jammed that up. The blade stopped spinning and broke the belt. So he had to wait till Shane come back, because Shane was out on a delivery to fix it. Because Shane deals with all the belts and everything. And then bugger me. Half an hour later, after it being fixed, he did it again. He's shocking. And then on the new splitting saw, he was on that one. It was working fine, and then all of a sudden there was an almighty bang. He's like, what the heck was that? He broke the blade. Now, these blades are really big. I can't remember what kind of saw it is, but it's like a big... It's a big blade that goes around 2 wheels, so it just hooks over. So it's not like a proper solid blade. It's like a band. And he managed to snap it in half. Don't know how, but he managed it. So then they had to get a new blade and sort that one out. And then the next day they did it again and broke another one. It's like, wow. 2 days you've broken 2 blades and broken another saw. And then stuffed my saw up. It's like, you really should not be in the shed. He just laughs at me. I give him some right stick every now and then. I'll say he's turned into a good laugh. He never used to be, but I think he must be getting close to retirement or something like that, so he's kind of mellowed out a bit. But yeah, it's turning into a good laugh, so I'm always slacking him off and slating him to his face. But other than that, I think that's about it for work. As I say, it's been quite steady and boring. So Shay's down at his friend's, because obviously it's a long weekend, so I knew he'd go down at one day. He'd either been yesterday or today. Anyway, he's gone. He went yesterday. And 6:20 this morning, he messaged me. I was like, he's up early for him, because normally he doesn't get up that early. But anyway, he phoned me up. He says, it is 7:30, isn't it? I was like, no, it's 6:30. He says, why does my phone say 7:30? So obviously he got a new phone the other week, and he obviously never changed the time zone area. So he set his phone set up for New South Wales time zone, and they've just gone into daylight saving, so their clocks have gone forward an hour. So Shane's phone went forward an hour. So yeah, so he was up at 6 o'clock, but he thought it was 7 o'clock. Well, yeah, I was laughing my head off for that. He says, I think you might need to sort your phone out. We now have a new addition to the household. We have a fish tank. So Shane sold his old iPhone, and the money he got from that, he decided he was buying a fish tank. So he was scouring Facebook and all that lot for people selling tanks. And I said to him, just put the money in your bank and save it. He's like, no, I can't, it's burning a hole in my pocket. So he went to the local pet store near us here just to see what kind of tanks they had, because we need one that's got a solid roof, not lid, because all the ones that Shane has seen on Facebook all had like glass lids, and they're no good for with the cats. I says, because they're not sturdy enough, they're just flimsy pieces of glass. I says, so if they jump on there, they're just going to go straight through it. I says, no, I says, we don't want that, we want one with a proper lid. So I'll think of it for you. I can't see where the thing is that holds the phone is right on it. So he went to the pet shop. Now, this pet shop is called Pets Domain. So he went and he had a look, and there was the prices for the tanks and that, and they were all, well, some were reasonable, some were high. But then there was a thing on it saying like, right, gold members get it for this price and silver members get it for this price. So he had to decided to have a look to see what this gold and silver membership thing was. So this membership thing was something like you pay $50 every 6 months, or for 6 months, and you get 30% off anything that you buy in store. So he had a look at the fish tanks, and it worked out that if he actually did this gold membership, so pay for the gold membership and the fish tank, it would work out, it would save $40. So it worked out cheaper. So he decided he was going to do that. And then he bought a couple of plastic plants to go with it and all the pebbles and all that lot. So he got the tank, the pebbles, the plants. He got couple packs of plants. They're all colourful plastic ones. And paid less than what he would have done if he did just bought the tank on his own. So it turned out quite good. But he's so impatient, he now wants to get fish. Now, normally you're meant to leave fish tanks 2 weeks for them to build up all the good bacteria, etc. So we've had it a week. He's already trying to get fish in it. So he keeps testing the pH of the water, and it was too high. So his brother-in-law come round the other day, and then they went and got his water testing kit and stuff to sort the pH out, and so now he wants to go and get fish because the pH is right. So now he wants to go and get fish. So today he's meant to be going to his sister's at some point to help do a dump run. So take all the rubbish to the tip, with them having to move out soon. And then apparently he's coming back and we're going to the fish place. I was like, okay. So yeah, so speaking of Shane's sister, as I mentioned before, that she had noticed that they were selling the house, and it's taken them ages to get a reply from the owner to see if they could leave early, and they're allowed to leave early with no repercussions. So they went and saw the realtor. Now, as I mentioned before, there's a couple of properties in our street that are up for rent. So they went and saw our realtor. And she said there's another one that's actually coming up. It's just going through some insurance thing or something at the moment. I don't know what. So she said that one's coming up. So, and she said, and it's literally within walking distance of our house. So great. That means they're going to be here all the time. Hope not. So I don't know. So of course we've been looking to try and find out where this house is. We know where the two that were already up for lease are, but we don't know where the other one is. So there's a couple of actually empty houses. Well, that look like empty houses on our street. Now, our street's not a really big street anyway. Well, there's a fair few houses on it, but it's not an awfully long street. You could probably walk the whole street within like 5-10 minutes. So, I was like, well, she did say it was in walking distance. I says, everywhere's within walking distance. It's a short street. I says, it's not going to take long anyway, no matter whereabouts on the street you live. So, yeah, so now we've just got to wait and see where they've got. So, I mean, they haven't been approved for the house yet. They've just been told about it, so. We will see. Now, they thought it was not my next door neighbours, but next to them, because we haven't seen them for a bit. And they thought it was them. I was like, oh, I definitely don't want to be theirs, because, like, how it is with the driveway at the front. We've got our drive, and then next door's drive is like part way up our driveway, if you like. It's their house is set back, and then the next house is. If you looked at it and you didn't know there was one next to us, you would think that the next house is our next door neighbour. If that makes sense. And I was like, oh no, I definitely don't want to be that one. That's way too close. And they was like, yeah, well, you're used to dogs anyway. I says, not the dogs. I says, it's the youngest niece. She's so loud. I says, we'd be able to hear her no matter where she's on this street. So, yeah, so time will tell now which house they're going to be in. I just hope it doesn't mean that they're going to be just popping over every day or whatever. I don't mind them, I get on with them, I have a laugh with them, but I don't want to be seeing them every day. You like to have your own time to yourself every now and then. So, we will see. Excuse me, I'm guessing that's Shane. So, Shane's just leaving his friends now, and he's going straight to his sister's to help surprise his sister's up. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning. I'll ride you by the time he gets there. It's just over an hour, I think, to get to his sister's, because it takes about an hour to get to ours, and then she's about 15 minutes out. So she'll be up and ready and alert. So he'll be trying to get everything done as quick as he can so he can go to the pet shop. But the pet shop don't open until 10, so he's got a while to go yet. So, as I was going to say before Shane texted, brother sent me some photos of the extension for my mum. That's really coming along now. So he's all been well. We'll be starting the roof this weekend. And then ordering the windows. Because it's got the, what do you call them? Steel lintels or whatever they're called in place for the windows. that go up the windows to stop the bricks from falling down. So he's got them in place. It's definitely starting to look better. So when the roof goes on, I'll show you the pictures of how it started and what it looks like, so you can get an idea. But yeah, it's coming along nicely. So I went looking for any questions, etc. this morning to see if I had any, and YouTube have changed. I look on my mobile, you get an app so you can see like comments and stuff like that, and they seem to have changed it. So normally I could go into the video and it will show me all the comments that have been made, and now it only shows like 3. And normally you used to be able to press show all or more and it would show all of the comments, and now it doesn't. So I don't know what's going off there. So I think I've got all the questions from the last 2 Stitch with Me's, but I could be wrong. So if I missed your question, I apologise. I'm going to have to get on the computer and double check and sort it all out. I can't believe it's October already. It's just flying by this year. I'll say Christmas is in 12 weeks, end of the year is in 13 weeks. Youngest niece's birthday is on the 10th, whenever that is. A week on Monday, I think, or something like that. So we've got to go over a meal, or dinner, next Sunday, which I really don't want to, but because I don't mind, but they say, yeah, it's just for lunch, but their lunch starts at 10 o'clock and finishes at like 4 o'clock. It's like ridiculous. And you feel rude just going over there eating and then coming home. Last time I think we went, after 3 hours I'd had enough, so I came home and Shane's mum and dad brought Shane back with him. Because they say that, oh yeah, we're going to have lunch at like 11 o'clock, but you get there at 11 o'clock and they haven't even started doing anything. Then you've got to get it all prepped and everything. By the time we actually get something to eat, it's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. It's ridiculous. Did I do that one? Yes, I did that one. So, I'm hoping we're not going to be there too long. So, that means I'm going to have to hope that Shane disappears on Saturday somewhere next week so I can get a Stitch with Me done. And my update video. I've got to take a starting picture of this one, so I'm going to have to take this from the video for my update. I'm going to have to start going through my projects soon for next year, so I can have a look, see which ones I'm going to be starting and which ones I'm going to attempt to get finished. I've done well this year. So I was on a no new starts. I haven't started any, which I am surprised at. I've just done threaded needle, yes. To be fair though, it's not really bothered me not starting anything. I know I've only been working on the 23 projects, but some of them have been calling to me to be worked on, which are not in the 23. It's like, nope, can't do those ones yet. I'm going to have to wait till New Year. Let's just check and see if you'd be able to see it when I was stitching, when I was doing the next colour. I'm getting into all the different shades of green. It's like stitching on Winnie Top Frog again. All the greens. Because obviously this is a big leaf. So I'll get this started. So yeah, I'm going to be working in this section here first. So that's why I was just double checking to see if you'd be able to see where I was. Should have probably took the grind guard off to get to this bit, but never mind. Let's make sure I don't stitch it in. Do this one, and then we'll look for the questions. Try not to stitch in all the cat hairs. Tell you, since moving here, cat hairs on everything. The old house, I never really seem to get many cat hairs on any projects. But since moving here, I get loads. So it doesn't help when you've got 3 cats all molting all at the same time. But Tiger's the worst one for molting, followed by Ginge, and then Kitty's not so much. She doesn't really put much hair on during the winter season. That's probably because she's always under bloody cover, so she's always warm. Where's the boys aren't? Right, let's leave that there so I know where we are. Right, questions. Dee. So in this case, you never find the questions when you One. Yeah. So the first one is from Mrs. Miggins, who asked if I could please clarify something for her. Have I been dreaming, or have you mentioned in the past that cats are by law meant to stay indoors? Just wondering about the ragdoll being outside. So, yes, by law, over here, cats are meant to stay indoors. They're not allowed to roam because they could kill too many of the native birds. I don't know how they kill too many of the native birds. It's a big bloody country and it's not overly populated. But yeah, they kill too many birds. So by law, they are not allowed to roam. They have to be, I think, as far as I'm aware, they're meant to be chipped, just in case they do get out, so they can find out who the owners are. But obviously, monitoring cats over here, like, policing it. They don't have enough staff to police checking for cats, because I mean there's a lot of feral cats in Australia anyway. So what's one more cat being out on the street? But yes, by law they're not meant to be roaming. That's why our 3 are all indoor cats. Mind you saying that if people had kept the cats in, we wouldn't have ended up with Tiger, because he wouldn't have come over to the house when we was in our first house. So we wouldn't have ended up with him. So yeah, but mind you saying that Shane's mum and dad, they let their cat out. So, I mean, yeah, it's not fair keeping him cooped up all the time, but knowing what I know with about Australia now, I would definitely keep all my cats indoors. With obviously all your paralysis ticks and all your snakes and everything else trying to kill you and your spiders, and so yes. I suppose it depends which part of Australia you live in, but yeah, like I say, they're going about obviously they're killing the native wildlife, and it's like, right, in the UK, your cats are allowed to go out, and we have a lot more cat population than Australia does, and we still manage to keep our native birds. So obviously, and the UK is a lot smaller country, so if it can happen in the UK, I'm pretty sure that a couple of stray cats in Australia will not kill a lot of native birds. Most of the native birds get killed by cars. You go to work and you see them all on the side of the road where they've been hit, and I mean in the UK, excuse my arm, I've got a knot. In the UK, most of them get hit by trucks flying into the side of the trucks on the motorways. Over here, it's just people hitting them in the cars. So, because over here, the birds like to fly out right in front of you. So, we're driving along and all of a sudden, like a magpie will just fly across the road, or a duck, or something like that. And instead of it was like, you could go higher. I always hit the brakes if one starts flying across the road and I'll notice it. And then Shane goes mad at me because you're not meant to do that. I was like, I don't care, I'm not doing that. I'm not hitting a bird. I've only hit one bird in my life of driving, and that was over here. That was a pigeon. I was driving down the road and it was flirting with another pigeon, doing his little hoppy dance and stuff like that, and then it hopped out straight in front of my car just as I got to it. Feathers went everywhere. I was like, oh crap. I don't know if it was dead. Possibly, but I didn't see it on the road, and it wasn't stuck in the car, so it maybe not died, but it definitely lost a lot of feathers. So yeah, so most animals over here get hit by cars. not killed by animals. So that was that question. And she also mentioned, obviously in the UK we have like a lot of seagulls in Cornwall, which is at the bottom end of the UK. She was saying she was having an ice cream cone and this seagull came down, swooping down, wanting it. So yeah, I've had that happen as well at the seaside. I was having, you've probably seen ones like it on the on YouTube. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Shane again. So now he's coming home first, because he needs to pick up shoes, because over here, to go to the tip, you've got to have shoes on, closed shoes. You can't have open toe shoes on, or your thongs, i.e. flip-flops, chandals, wherever you want to call them, wherever you're from. So yeah, so he's got to come home and get some shoes. So we've got an old metal flower bed from the old house, so he's going to take that to the tip as well. Well, that's right, I think, gets that out of the way. So as I was saying, yeah, I've had seagulls swoop me, when I've been at the seaside having my fish and chips. When I've come down wanting the chips, the buggers, the seagulls over here, over in the UK. So yes, if I don't finish the stitch with me before Shane gets closer to home, he's going to ring me to make sure that the cats aren't in the garage. At the moment, we're outside watching a skink, which is like a little lizard. So they're watching them trying to get to it through the mesh. Alright, let's have a look. Next question. That was that one. So this one is from CJ, CJ Stitches, who, from my last stitch with me, which was the piece for my brother. Yes. Wants to know if I have a projected finish date for this project. So originally it was meant to be 3 years. I'm already at the end of year 2. So yeah, so he does. I'm going to be starting another one for him next year, which is Mini Moose Crossing. I think that's what it's called. So I'm going to be starting that one for him next year. So that one, I'm aiming to get finished next year. And then, while finishing that one off, I'm hoping to get some good progress in on the Woodland Christmas one. And then get some more progress in on his other one, which is from the Crossy Studio, which was Whitetail Winter. Since that one hasn't got much progress on that at all. So yeah, so I'm hoping, so Mini Moose Crossing next year, finish that one off for him, and then the following year, or maybe the year after, get him the Woodland Christmas one done, and then the year after that, the Whitetail Winter. That's my plan. Whether it works or not is a completely different thing. But I'm going to get this Mini Moose Crossing done, because I'm hoping next Christmas to be going back to the UK for Christmas. So if I can get it finished, I can take it with me. Or even if I don't get it finished, I'll still take it with me and finish it while I'm there, if I'm close to finishing it. That's my plan. So we'll see how we go. Like I say, I mean, the Woodland Christmas, it does stitch up pretty quick. Because, I'll say, well, the background part anyway is only like several colours. It's only a couple of colours. So it does go pretty quick, because it's like every other stitch is one colour. So we'll see how quickly we can get it stitched up. I think once I get to the main tree in the middle with all the animals around it, that might be a bit more confetti heavy. We will see. Right, next question. Sue wanted to know how we managed to work in a steel shed with only one open side and fans. It must be like a sauna in there. Yes, it is like a sauna in there. Especially when you get to the main summertime. It gets ridiculous. I mean, sometimes we get the winds come through. So, that's, I might just say that. It just blows hot air around. But sometimes the winds, if it's a windy day, that'll come through and keep it a little bit cooler, but yeah. So I still don't know how they're going to work it if it is. Because on the radio on the way to work the other day, they have said that for summer over here, they reckon it's going to break a lot of records for the heat. So they have predicted that most of summer will be in the high 30s to mid 40s, and possibly even into the 50s. So great. So I don't know if that's for the whole of Australia or just for like Queensland, but I'm hoping it's for the whole of Australia and not just Queensland, because I don't want to be sat in 50 degrees heat. So I don't know how that's going to work at work, because obviously they can't make us work at 50 degrees, because working in a metal shed, once it gets to like, it's normally around about 36 degrees or something like that, there it feels like 50, even though I've never been in 50, but it feels like a lot hotter, because it's obviously metal shed. So yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to pan out, especially when they know that. So I was saying that to Shane the other day, it's like, how would they work it if we're only allowed to work until it gets to 40 degrees outside, because that means it's going to be unbearable inside. How they're going to work it, because they'll have to send us home, which I'm assuming they'll have to give us still pay us for, even though they sent us home. But if it's going to be in the mid to high 40s, it's like we're never going to be at work. We're going to be going into work to do like 4 hours of work each day. That's it. Because normally the hot time of the day is from about noon, midday. So yeah, I suppose we get 6 hours worth of work in each day, so it'd be a case of like, would they want us to go in earlier or what? So hopefully not, because getting up at 4:30 is bad enough. So we will see. Watch this space. Still colour in the middle. Oh, speaking of fans, so as I told you, I broke the fan at work and I got a new fan. That fan kept tripping the electrics. I waited for 3 hours and I kept tripping the electrics, so I had to take that one back. So I got another new fan. So I got that the other day. That one seems to be working okay at the moment. It's not tripping anything. But we needed to get one because Shane was working on the old splitting saw, which is where I nicked the fan from when I broke my other one. So he needed that back. So I was left with one fan, and boy did you know about it. It's like, geez, it's hot. So yeah, we had to go and get the other fan sorted out. So I've got 2 fans back again on my saw. But yeah, you knew about it, that the other one had gone. It was only a small fan. Obviously it made a big difference. yeah, so the new frame got done and then built up, and I think the cats are still trying to find this lizard outside. Right, the next one is from Donna Kelly. So I think with YouTube changing up names now, some people used to know who they were, and now you don't know who they are. So this is with regards to my woodland Christmas. So it's being sold somewhere else. And they bought it some time back. Said, "Are you stitching on 32 count fabric 1/1?" So no, that one I was stitching it on 28 count 2/110 stitch. And wants to know how many colours it is, and if you bear with me, I will tell you, because I don't know. I think it's 86 colours, but I'm not sure. Where are we? No, 89 colours. So what I'm doing. So yeah, so that one is 89 colours. That was it for the questions. Oh no, there's another one. So this is from Michelle. I mentioned about the grey birds that we've seen, that were apparently really common, but we've never seen before. I'm trying to think what it was called now. Bear with me, because I know I did find it. I can't remember which one it was. And Nicole, North Island Stitcher, she sent me a message to tell me which one it was. Although I can't find it. It's got a cuckoo shrike. So yeah, it was called a cuckoo shrike. So if I can, let me. I'm gonna picture. I'll insert a picture of it for you. There we go. Right. So I'll insert a picture of that one here, if I remember. But yeah, they're called a cuckoo shrike. Yeah, apparently they're everywhere over here. I've never seen them before in my life. That's the first time I've seen one. I'll shut my phone. I think that was the last question, but I'm not 100% sure. Better check. Yes, that was the last question. And I've no idea how far we are with the video. Thanks to Shane. I think we're about 45 minutes, I think. So if I remember as well, I'll insert a picture of the fish tank. But by the time this is up, I have a funny feeling we'll have fish in it. So I'll wait till we put the fish in, and then I'll send you a picture. I'll insert a picture, not send it. And that's going to be fun, watching the cats with their new TV. Seeing how often they jump onto it and sit scratching the grass and all that. So yeah, if you watch my Stitch with Me, my update video, you notice that I've got my appointment to go and see the shrink for my memory testing stuff. So that's on the 20th. And then I've got to go back. I'm pretty sure she said 2 weeks later. Oh, put my needle through the wrong way. Yeah, I've got to go back on the 20th. No, I go on the 20th for the test and then go back 2 weeks later, I think she said, to see the specialist with the results and whatever, or something like that. So I don't know how long these tests take. As far as I'm pretty sure, when I saw the neurologist, she said they take 7 hours. So that's going to be a long bloody day. Help me supply food and drink. I'm going to need my coffee. But also, it means it's going to cost me a fortune in parking. Because parking at the hospitals is not cheap. There is a shopping centre nearby, but you're only allowed to park there for 2 hours. So I'm going to have to see if I can find somewhere to park. Last time I parked at the hospital, I was only there for... I wasn't there for long. Maybe an hour-ish, I think. An hour and a half, and that cost me like $8, I think. So for 7 hours, it's going to cost me about $50. So yeah, I'll have to see if I can find somewhere to park for free. Hopefully there'll be a side street or something nearby that I can park on. I'm hoping. So I don't know what kind of tests they do. All I know is to check your memory, and because it is common with the tumour I had that it does affect your memory. So I'll say it affected my short-term memory. I know that much. Because when I had it done, I had to see a shrink over in the UK to do these tests, and they said like my short-term memory is not as good as it should be. So we'll see how we go with that one. Should be a fun day. Not. Big jump to do one stitch. I think that's it. That colour? Yep. Thank you. So right, again, I don't know how far we are in with this video. I think I'm about an hour. I think. So I think we'll end it there. So if you do have any questions or comments, then again, please feel free to drop those down below. Or you can message me. Email address as always is dizzystitcher@gmail.com, or I am on Instagram as dizzystitcher. You can always message me on there as well. So zoom back out a bit. We're getting there. We've got this corner's filled in, so yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely. So hopefully I can get a good day on this one day this week, and I can get some good working on there. So I might, because normally I have this one for a Friday instead of the last Friday I didn't get any work on it. So as soon as we're off tomorrow, I might use this one tomorrow. Mind you, I do have to take Shane down to his mum and dad's tomorrow, because he has to stop there, because he has to start work at 5 o'clock on Tuesday morning, because he has to be at this place to pick up some packs by 6:30, because they're getting collected from our place in the morning. So he's got to go there stupid o'clock. So I've got to take him down to his mum and dad's tomorrow, and he'll be stopping there, and then come home. And so it depends what time he wants to go down there. So, but hopefully I can get some good day stitching on this one. I'm hoping. So, right guys, that's it from me. Enough yabbering. So, again, thank you very much for watching, guys. Much appreciated. And until my next video, which will be probably my update video, take care, stay safe, happy stitching. And thanks very much for watching. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye for now.